What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Thank you for tuning in. Listen, I'm about to share a message with you today. Man, if you listen to it, I'm telling you, it's going to change your life. It's going to change your life. This is most definitely one you want to keep. This is most definitely one you want to share. Listen to me. I buy all these books, right? I got a bunch of ebooks. I call this my ebook university. This is a ebook reader. And I was reading one of my ebooks that I paid no more than probably $2.99 for. And I was reading this ebook in my search, in my research. I discovered something that's going to take my writing to a whole nother level. And I was excited about it. And it's already, this is earlier this month. And already it hasn't been even 3 weeks. It's already taken my writing to a whole nother level. And I was sharing this with one of my friends. And my friend said, "And you got this out of a book. You got this out of a book." As I kept sharing, he said, "And you got this out of a book." Why was he saying that? Because he gets it. Listen, not only did I get it out of a book, but I got it out of a book that cost $2.99, which is way, was it worth it? Of course. That little part that I read took my writing to a whole nother level. And I got it out of a book. And as I started looking back, as I started reflecting on different areas of my life that I've improved in throughout the years, and I began to realize a lot of my greatest achievements, a lot of my greatest accomplishments came because I read a book. Man, I hope you're getting this. Listen, I got out of debt because I read a book. I became a customer service expert because I read a book. I got full custody of my daughter because I read a book. I even learned how to write a book by reading a book. Oh, listen, you don't want to miss this message right here that I'm about to pour into you. Please don't, this ain't the time to swipe. You most definitely want to stay tuned. The title of this message is called, "Even If It Costs Everything You Have, Get Wisdom." Oh man, we about to get into it. But listen, before we get into it, this is what I want you to do. You see this website right here, whateverdevil.com. I want you to write that down. Write that down because I'm about to give you a free gift. Before we get into this, I'm going to show you a quick little video. Don't go nowhere. I'll be right back. Oh man, oh man, oh man. Listen, this is going to be a good message. Please go and share this video. It's going to change somebody's life. It's going to change somebody's life. But most importantly, it's going to change your life. It's going to change your life. And listen, I'm about to get into it. Listen, I got a lot to share. I'm not going to try to hold you long, but I do want to pour this message into you because it's part of my life, part of my growth. And this is for whoever tunes in. Whoever tunes in, this message is for you. This ain't the time to swipe. This is the time to receive because I'm going to share some things that helped me grow throughout the years. These are life lessons. And I want to share this with you. This is another wisdom teaching And man, I'm excited about it. So listen, get your pen, get your paper, screenshot, whatever, however you, just stay tuned. Just listen to this. Even if you're driving your car, I want you to listen to this. And this is most definitely one you want to hit replay on. This is most definitely one you're going to want to share. But let's get into it. So like I said, this title of this message is called, Even If It Costs Everything You Have, Get Wisdom. And God gave that to me back in 2021, and which was the year of wisdom. And man, it's been sticking with me ever since. And so I put that before me on everything. Like I got it on shirts, as a matter of fact. Got it on shirts. I would have wore it today, but see how bright that white is shining off of that? That's the only reason. That's the only reason I didn't. I'm sorry. That's the only reason I didn't wear it. But see, I got it on this shirt. I got it on. I got it on the notebook. And I sell all these products, but I got it for me so I can see it. I got it on notebooks. I got it on shirts. As a matter of fact, where's my cup? Hold on. So, same thing is on this cup. Even if it costs everything you have, get wisdom. Might as well take a sip while I got it, right? Even if it costs everything you have, get wisdom. Why? Because wisdom is worth more than everything you have. Chew on that for a minute. I'm going to say it 2 more times because I want you to get it. Even if it costs everything you have, get wisdom. Why? Because wisdom is worth more than everything you have. All right, let me show you a scripture. Let me show you the scripture that I got this quote from. I got it from Proverbs chapter 4, verse 7 in the New Century Version. It says, wisdom is the most important thing. So get wisdom. If it costs everything you have, get understanding. So see, I could have put understanding there and that too. But the whole topic of this is wisdom. And listen, understanding is good too. Understanding is worth more than anything you have too. But wisdom is the most important thing. So that's why I got this title from. The hashtag Get Wisdom came from that part because it says wisdom is the most important thing. Therefore, for that reason, get wisdom. If it costs everything you have, get understanding. If it costs everything you have, get wisdom. Why? Because wisdom is worth more than everything you have. Let me show you some scriptures for that. Listen, Proverbs chapter 16, verse 16. It says, everyone wants gold. Everybody like gold, right? Gold is valuable. But wisdom's worth is far greater. Silver is sought after. People go after silver. People look for platinum. People love jewelry. It says, but a heart of understanding yields a greater return. Let me show you another scripture. Proverbs chapter 3, verse 14. The profit gained from wisdom is greater than the profit gained from silver. Wisdom's yield is better than fine gold. Even if it costs everything you have, get wisdom. Why? Because wisdom is worth more than everything you have. I hope you're getting that. Just say, for example, everything you have is not worth $1 billion, right? So if I said, even if it costs everything you have, and I give you this $1 billion, would you do it? Yeah, because you realize the value. Oh man, it's $1 billion. Now of course we ain't talking about no, like kids or something. I mean, don't get too deep on me. But everything you have, if I say, hey, give me everything you got in your house, in your bank account, your car, and I give you $1 billion, you'd be like, okay. Why? Because everything you have is less than $1 billion. That's what it's saying, how valuable wisdom is. Even if it costs everything you have, get wisdom. Why? Because wisdom is worth more than everything you have. Now look at this scripture. Proverbs chapter 3, verse 15 says, wisdom is more precious than jewels, and all your desires cannot equal it. So now it's going even a step further. Not only is wisdom worth more than everything you have, but wisdom is worth more than everything that you desire. Oh man, come on, get this. I just want to drill this in before we get to the main meat of what I'm about to teach you. One more time. Even if it costs everything you have, get wisdom. Why? Because wisdom is worth more than everything you have, and is worth more than anything that you want to have. Somebody put hashtag get wisdom in the comment section. Hashtag get wisdom. Put it right there in the comment section. And so let me tell you about so much I want to share, and I'm going to be able to share everything. So I'm going to kind of just flow because I got so much in me, and I just want to pour it out. So I'm just going to pour. I'm not going to, like I said, I can't pour everything out. We'll be here for 2 or 3 hours. I'm just going to pour as God gives it to me. All right. But the main thing I want to talk to you about is called the 5 keys of investing in wisdom, because the concentration I want to teach, so I can go in different areas, different teach. This actually might even become a series. I'm not sure. But the focus I want to get on right now is investing in wisdom. Because the quote right here, even if it costs everything you have, get wisdom. That's the title. You're going to have to start investing in wisdom. And guess what? Even if it costs everything you have, it's going to be worth it. Why? Because the wisdom you're going to gain is worth more than anything you have, and it's worth more than anything you want to have. And I'm going to share with you 5 keys to investing in wisdom that's benefited me all my life, that's still benefiting me. And I'm going to share it with you. You don't have to go buy a book to get it. You don't have to pay for a course to get it. I'm about to give you the game right here for free for whoever listening. And not only whoever listening, whoever's writing notes, whoever's taking this seriously, whoever's going to apply what I teach you. And if you do what I'm showing, what I'm about to share with you, if you apply it, if you put it into practice, if you apply it to your life will change. 5 keys to investing in wisdom. Let's look at the first key. First thing is you're going to have to know that every solution has a pathway to get there. Every solution has a pathway to get there. Write it down, take a screenshot. That's the first step. You're going to have to realize that everything that you want to be, everything that you want to do, everything that you want to have, there's a pathway to get there. There's a recipe for it. There's a step to achieve it. You just got to find it. But you're not going to go on a search for it if you don't realize it's possible. So you have to have an awareness that there's wisdom out there to do what I want to do. There's wisdom out there to be who I want to be. There's wisdom out there to have what I want to have. Jack Canfield, I heard him, he was the first person I heard say, success leaves clues. So everything you want to do, there's success leaves breadcrumbs. It leaves a trail to how to get there. What is it? Just think with me for a minute. What is it that you want to be? What is it that you want to do? What is it that you want to have? What is it that you want to achieve? You're going to have to know that there's a solution out there. You got to have to know that there's a pathway out there. Somebody somewhere is doing what you want to do. And they've left clues. They've left clues in books or courses or classes or mentorship. There's a process to achieve it because they've achieved it. And you just got to find it. I heard somebody say this the other day. What's hard for you is easy for somebody else. See, right now you're trying to accomplish something. You're trying to start a business. You're trying to write a book. You're trying to start a ministry. You're trying to lose weight. You're trying to do something, and it's hard for you because you don't have understanding. But there's somebody somewhere that's doing what's hard for you. They're easily doing it. What's hard for you is easy for somebody else. Somebody's easily writing a book. Somebody's easily starting a business. Somebody's easily doing what you're finding hard because you're new, because you never done it before, because you lack understanding. But there's somebody somewhere doing what you want to do. Just a couple weeks ago, I was had my AirPods in my ear and I was trying to hook it up, pair it up with my laptop. Well, I haven't had AirPods that long, and when I use it on my phone, it just catches it. I open it up and turn on Bluetooth, it's right there. But I couldn't get it to my laptop to find my earpods or AirPods, whatever you call. You're revealing my age. I don't even know what to call. So anyway, and I couldn't figure out how to connect this thing to my laptop. I'm talking about. I was just sitting there, so my wife was sitting here. I said, "Hey, yeah, this thing frustrating me. I can't get these things to pair up. I'm seeing everybody around me. It's like it's catching everybody else stuff, but my stuff, my AirPods not showing." So she was looking. She couldn't figure it out either. So she called my daughter. My daughter young. She take. She's smart. She tech savvy. And when she called my daughter on FaceTime, and she was asleep. And she woke up. She said, "Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to wake you up." She said, "Your daddy just sitting here trying to connect this AirPod to the to the laptop." And with her eyes closed, she never even opened her eyes. She said, "Hit the circle on the back of the iPod, on the AirPod." Somebody, what's hard for you is easy for somebody else. You know the little circle right here? Well, you can't see it because of that light. It probably ain't gonna let you because of that light. I know. I'm trying to. Y'all know what I'm talking about. What's hard for you is easy for somebody else. She never even opened her eye. Somebody can do what you try. So you find it hard. Somebody can do it with their eyes closed. And some of you right now watching me right now saying, "Oh man, oh that's what you're talking about. Oh you ain't know that." That even further proves my point. You knew it too. That means somebody, and look, it's easy for you too. Somebody somewhere is doing what you're finding hard to do. Not just one person, a lot of people. I never had to deal with it, so I didn't know. And because I didn't know, I lacked understanding. It was hard for me. But somebody out there been pairing up AirPods. Now that ain't nothing. Oh, that's what you're trying to. So listen, I got some notes here I wrote down. I just want you to listen. Anything you find hard to do is easy for somebody to do. Have you read their books? Have you signed up for their course? Have you inquired about their progress? Because guess what? Success leaves clues. Success leaves bread trails. Everything that somebody's trying to do, there's a pathway to get there. You just got to figure out what it is. You just got to put in the effort. You just got to put in the search. Are you searching? Listen, success is not automatic. I just did a teaching not long ago called Intention Doesn't Guarantee Progress. Listen, just because you want to be successful doesn't mean it's going to automatically happen. Success is not automatic. Success doesn't just happen. Success doesn't happen by chance. You got to do something. And one of the things you're going to have to do is you're going to have to invest. Well, Billy, I believe I'm going to be successful. It's going to take more than believing. It's even going to take more than praying. Now, prayer is part of it. We're about to get to that. But you're going to have to do something. And one of the things you're going to have to do is you're going to have to reach. You're going to have to invest in wisdom. You're going to have to search. You're going to have to dig. You're going to have to apply. You're going to have to learn. You're going to have to become a learner. You're a prayer, but you're not a learner. You're a scripture quoter, but not a learner. You're a wisher, a dreamer, but not a learner. And you're wondering why things aren't manifested. Well, you're going to have to invest in wisdom. Like I told you, I got this ebook reader. I got about 300 some books on it. I got my Kindle on here, which has got hundreds of books in there. I got the Kindle on my phone. I got the Kindle on my laptop. That's not including, that's just the ebooks. But I got hundreds of I don't even have a room. I need to build it when I get my dream house. I'm gonna get a big library built because I don't even have a room. I got 3 bookshelves and they all full. I got books in boxes. Why? Because I'm a learner. Listen, you see this? Look, when I get my paycheck, this is what I do. This is why I wore this shirt today. This is what I do when I get my paycheck. I buy books, then I live off the rest. I buy books, then I live off the rest. And this is what I got to get you to do. I got to get you where you're investing in books, where you become a learner. First, you got to become a learner, but then you got to become an investor. I'm not talking about investing in stocks. I'm talking about investing in learning material, because some of you want to read, some of you want to get the knowledge, but you're not investing in it because you're not seeing the value in it. Stay with me now. I'm going somewhere. Stay with me. Stay with me, please. So listen, I remember there was a time where I had to make a decision. Do I want to continue college? I graduated college, got an associate degree. And I was learning all this, kind of like what I'm sharing with you right now. And I was like, I had to face a decision. Do I go to college and get my bachelor's? But I was learning so much from this personal development learning. And I remember I said, you know what? I'm going to take a time off from college. A lot of people didn't agree with that, but I'm going to give you that full testimony later. But I said, you know what? I'm learning from books, and I was reading, I think the most I had read that year was the most I had ever read, and was like 7 or 8 books in 1 year. That was big for me, because the year before that, I might've read 1 or 2. And before that, I wasn't reading at all. I didn't grow up a reader. I wasn't always in the books. I wasn't the guy in school that was a bookworm. I didn't start reading until I started wanting to learn. And I remember I said, okay, I had read about 7 or 8 books that year. It was 2004. And I was talking to one of my friends, Cornelius, and he was telling me about Dr. Miles Monroe, how Dr. Miles Monroe read 12 books a year, which is a book a month, if I'm not mistaken. And I said, oh man, that's kind of neat. I never thought about that. Because when I was just reading, I just read it. And when I finished reading it, then go to the next book. And, I wind up reading 7 books. I said, but if I was a bit more organized, a book a year, I like that. So I said, I'm going to do that. So I said, I'm going to do that for next year. I'm going to do that for 2005. This is 2004. So I wrote down 12 books, a book a month. All right. And if you watch my last live, I did a live called, if it's not important enough to write down, it's not important. Please go watch that live, the replay of that live if you haven't watched it. I'll try to put the link somewhere in this video after I'm done. But I did a teaching call. If If it's not important enough to write down, it's not important. As a matter of fact, I just sent a newsletter to my newsletter followers, my vision partner today, called It Ain't Right Until You Write It. Get it? It's not right until you write it. Anyway, and in that teaching, the reason I want you to go to that teaching, because I show you how to write down your top goals. So I had about 7 or 8 major goals. You follow me? And so I said, okay, I'm gonna get a book for each goal. You follow me? So let's just keep it simple. So let's just say I had 12 goals. So I said, hey, I got 12 months in a year. I'm gonna get a book for each goal. I'm gonna get a book for something I'm trying to achieve. So a book for, because remember what I told you, there's a pathway to everything you want to do. There's a recipe to everything you want to do, right? And success leaves clues. There's books, there's courses, there's tape, audio, tape, all types of stuff. But we're gonna stick to the books right now because this is what we're talking about. And I said, so I got a book for each month. And I said, this is what I'm going to do. Just in case I finish reading the book early, I'm going to put down 2 extra books on that list. Just in case one month I finish a book, and I have something to fall back on. So that's 3 books a month I wrote down, 12 major ones, 12 main ones, but I wrote down 36 total. So 3 books for each month. This is what I wanted to invest in myself in 2005. Let me tell you something. I got all 36 of them books. And I started in January. By October, I was finished, completed reading 36 books. The most books I ever read in a year, ever, even to this day. I never read 36 books. But that year, 2005, I read 36 books that changed my life. I need you to get willing to invest in wisdom. And let me show you something. Let me share something with you. I've only shared this with my close friends and partners. Remember, I told you you write down your goals and then you go find a book on that goal to help you achieve, right? Well, there's a bunch of books out there. For example, if I wanted to learn about finances, right, or getting out of debt, well, there's probably thousands of books out there on getting out of debt. How do I know which one to get? Listen, when I told you I got those 36 books in 2005, every book I read, with the exception of maybe 3 out of 36, you do the statistics on that. Every book I read was so timely and was so tailor-made for me that I don't know how I would have made it if I didn't read it. How did I know to get those books? Just hear me out now. There's thousands of, we're in the information age. Information is everywhere. How did I know to get those 36 books? That's a good statistics right there. If only 3 of them was okay, but the rest of them was like classic, tailor-made for me. You want to know how I did it? I asked the Lord to guide me. And he gave me clues. He connect me. Because once you start searching, once you start reaching, what happens is God begin to attract you to the things that's connected to that. But because you haven't been reaching, because you haven't been searching, because you haven't noticed anything. Stay with me. 36 books changed my life more than any college has ever done, more than any educational institution has ever done. 1 year changed my life. Why? Because I was willing to invest. I became, like I said, we are number one. I knew that there was a pathway out there and I had to get the information. Step number 2, know the cost of not investing. See, a lot of you know you need to invest in yourself. You know you need to buy some books, but you don't know if it's worth it. Even if it costs everything you have, get wisdom. Why? Because wisdom is worth more than anything you have. Know the cost of not investing. Listen to this quote right here. One of my quotes. The biggest loss in investment is when you don't do it. The biggest loss in investing is if you don't do it. Listen, I want to read something to you. If I invest, there's a chance that I might succeed beyond what I expected or lose what I invested. But if I don't invest, I already know the results. A repeat of the same struggle. Oh man, listen to me. See, you may be thinking, oh, now I know I need to invest in it. I know I need to learn it, but I get to it later. And you think you're not making a decision, but you actually are. Listen, you might invest in a book. Remember, I told you 3 out of those 36 books was okay. Okay, I took that chance. Investing is a risk. But listen, if I invest, there's a chance I might succeed beyond what I expected. Or I might lose what I invested. Might have been a waste of my money. But if I don't invest, I already know the results. A repeat of the same struggle. Why? Because there's no change. There's no change. How you doing? There's no change. Oh man, I'm taking my time with you. I ain't gonna hold you long, but I'm trying to take my time with you. Look at this quote right here. Benjamin Franklin. An investment in knowledge pays the best interest. An investment in knowledge pays the best interest. Listen, learning costs. I want you to get, okay, some stuff you can get for free. And those of you who know me, I'm big on telling you, hey, listen, go to YouTube, go to Google. You got so much free information out here. And it amazes me how people, they'll go asking somebody about something you haven't even searched. I remember, what was it? It was a man. I can't remember who it was. A minister, and a man came and asked him to come over to his house and pray help him pray about his finances. The man said when he got over there to help him pray about his finances, he saw a bookshelf and he said, "Oh, I like your bookshelf," but he don't see any books on the shelf about writing about money. You're not even trying to learn. You want me to pray about your finances, but you're not willing to learn. You can get a lot of information for free. But some stuff you're not going to find for free. Learning costs. You might have to buy the book. You might have to pay for the course. Listen, learning costs, but ignorance is more expensive. It's costing you more by not learning. It's costing you more because you didn't read the book. I wouldn't even go share this quote, but I'm going to go ahead and share it. This is what investing is when you're investing in a book. Listen, remember I told you I got 36 books in 2005. 3 of them was just okay. 33 of them was fire. 33 of them was tailor-made. But 3 of them was just okay. And somebody say, well, you probably wasted your money on them 3 books. You ain't mad about that? No. Listen, and this is what investing is. Maybe, listen, those 3 books, the money I paid for those 3 books, I probably could have bought some food with that. And maybe I lost listen, let's just read the quote right there. Maybe you'll lose a meal for a day. Or maybe you'll eat for a lifetime. I hope you're understanding this quote. This is what I want you to think about when an investment opportunity is before you, something that's going to help you learn. We're talking about investing in wisdom now. Like I said, I'm not talking about investing in stocks and all of that. I mean, that's good. That's another teaching. But right now, I'm talking about investing in wisdom. And when the wisdom is before you, when it's a book that's before you, a how-to book, a book that's going to help take you to the next level, and you're not sure because there's so much information out there. Everybody got a book on this. You're going to, number one, pray to God and ask him to lead you and guide you. And then you're going to make a decision and say, hey, I'm going to pay for it. And this is what I want you to remember. Just in case it's not a good book, you might lose a meal for a day. But if it's a good book, you might eat for a lifetime. Listen, those 36 books that I read in 2005, I'm still benefiting from them today. Billy, you ever bought a book and it wasn't good? Yeah. But I'm willing to take that chance because there's 36 books I read in 2005 that I'm still benefiting from today. Maybe you'll lose a meal for a day. Or maybe you'll eat for a lifetime. Oh man, you better get this word. You better get this word. Step number 3, plan to invest. Plan to invest. A lot of times you're not investing in books and study material because of the cost. And the cost sometimes is because you haven't made a plan. Let me explain what I mean. Somebody come up and say, hey, this is a book or this course. We just say a course. This course costs $100 and it's going to take your business to the next level. It's going to take your health to the next level. This course is going to help you write a book in a month, whatever. And it's not that you not necessarily might not even believe it. You might believe it'll work, but you start looking at this $100, not because it's not worth $100, but because I don't know if I have $100. I got to pay rent this month. Oh man, I got gas done went up. And now that $100 investment is more of a struggle because you haven't made a plan. Follow me. And these are some notes I'll just write down. I'm just giving it to you. Listen to this. You need to put money to the side for your vision, business, and personal development. Once you have a decent amount, it won't be as difficult to invest in an opportunity that you're curious about. Do you understand that? So listen, just like you put money for savings, you're going to put some money to the side for the purpose of when an opportunity comes where I can invest in this book or invest in this course or invest in this class or invest in this software to help me go to the next level. Once you put money to the side, it won't be as hard. I do this myself. This is what I wrote down. Just listen. Is $100 worth the investment? Only if you have is $100 worth the investment? Only if you have hundreds of dollars saved for such a time as this. That's what's going to determine it. It's not even that the course costs $100. You know it's worth it because of the benefits you're going to get from it. But man, that's $100. Man, I can eat off that. Listen, but if you plan and put money to the side, just say you had $400 saved. Not save to pay rent, not save to put gas in the car. Save for just for such a time as this. Then it won't be as hard. This is what I do. This is personally what I do. I have money in an account that I only use to invest in wisdom and knowledge or resources or are you following me? And that helps me versus if I didn't have any money to the side, then I got to calculate it with everything else that I'm paying on. What's up, Jed? Jessica? Proctor? Gonna have to plan to invest. Put some money aside for such a time as this. Because you're going to say, and you might pass up on an opportunity, and it's going to cost you because you didn't invest. What is it going to cost you? A repeat of your struggle, because nothing's going to change. Step number 4, we almost done. 2 more to go. Stay with me. 2 more to go. Stay with me. Be disciplined and do it. So listen, you know that I need to get books. I know I need to get resources. I know I need to find a recipe. I need to find a pathway. Right? Somebody done left a path. Somebody done wrote a book. And now you're going to plan to invest for it. Now you got your money to the side because I'm going to start reading these books. Remember I told you when I got those books in 2005, I started planning for it in 2004. But then at some point you're going to have to do it. And that's the next step. Be disciplined and do it. The reason I put be disciplined because it may require discipline for you to do it the first time. Maybe you're not used to paying $100 for a resource. Maybe you're not used to buying a book for $25. But you're going to apply discipline and do it anyway. Because you're working on something. You're working on your future. You're working on results. And now you're going to be disciplined. It might hurt. You might be timid. You're stepping out in faith. But you're going to be disciplined and you're going to do it. And then you're going to do it again. It may require discipline to do it the second time. It may require discipline to do it the third time. But then you're going to keep applying. You're going to keep applying. And then it's going to become a habit, which is the 5th step. Keep investing in yourself and wisdom until it becomes a habit. That's why I got all these books. That's why I got 300 or whatever ebooks on my Kindle and my ebook reader. That's why I got probably about 600 paperback books. And listen, this is another thing I want you to see. When you're investing in a book, another thing that hurts you, another thing that makes you kind of don't want to invest in it because you're looking at it as paper and ink. Let me give you an example. This book right here costs, I think it was about $45. And somebody might be looking at this and saying, you paid $45 for that book? It's called Providing Quality Service. No, I didn't pay $45 for the book. I paid $45 for the results of this book. That's where I got to get you to see. You don't want to pay the money because you're looking at it as, oh, this is pretty, man. I ain't about to pay that much for no book. But if it's something that you really want, you're not paying for the seed, you're paying for the harvest. Are you following me? An apple seed costs less than the profit from an apple harvest. You're not paying for the seed, you're paying for the harvest. I became a customer service expert. I became a customer service guru. Why? Because I read a book. Wow. It wasn't because you worked in customer service for over 30 years. Well, that's part of it. But so now a lot of people that worked in customer service for years. I remember one time I did an interview with a lady when I was a manager, and I interviewed this. She was interviewing for a waitress position, and I talked to her, and they was looking at her resume, and they thought I was gonna hire. They said, "Oh, she been in the business for 12 years. Why you not gonna go with her?" I said, "No." She don't have 12 years experience. She been working for 12 years, but she only got a year experience. She just repeated her same foolishness, her same attitude that I detected in an interview for 11 years. If you don't invest, you already know the results. A repeat of the same struggle. I became a customer service expert. So let me ask you a question. Let me ask you this way, and maybe you'll see it. If you could become, just say if you was in the hospitality industry, and I told you you can become a customer service expert. I'm going to show you how to become a customer service expert, a guru. You're going to win every award. You're going to be the top person. You're going to be the customer service person. How much would you pay for that? Just think about that. If somebody told you, hey, we're going to make you go get promotion. We're going to show you how to get a promotion on offer on every job you go to. We're going to show you how to just master customer service. But it's going to cost you. How much would you pay for that? It only cost me $45. That's priceless, but it only cost me $45. 2004, I was up to my ears in debt. 2 companies was threatening to garnish my check. 2004. I got this product called the Debt Free Starter Kit. 2004. I think at the time, and I could be wrong, it might have been higher, but we just got, for some reason, $74. It's sticking to me. And then this kit, it was different things. It's a book, right? Got a book in there. Might have been $100 some dollars, but we're just gonna say 74. Which this was, and then I'm gonna show you how old this is. Look, can you see that? That's cassette tapes. I know some of y'all young people looking at that like, what in the world is that? It's called a cassette tape. That's how old this is right here. Everything you need to know about financing. That's what that says. I know that light shining. Everything you need to know about credit. Debt free forever. Book. Just a whole kit here. A whole kit. $74. And you talking to somebody who was up to their ears in debt, ain't got no money, broke, barely paying bills, working in room service. I ain't got no $74 to pay for that, but I want to get out of debt. I got 2 companies threatening to garnish my check in 2004. In 2007, I was debt free. From 2004, I bought a debt free starter kit for $74. In 2007, I was debt free. Let me ask you a question. If I told you right now that I could make you debt free, all your debts paid in full. Before I even do that, I'm gonna show you how to stop and build the debt collectors from calling your house. I know they're calling you worrying you. I'm gonna show you how to do that before we even get to the debt free. If I show you I can do all of that, I can show you I can raise your credit score to the 800s because my credit score is in the 800. If I told you I could do all of that, how much would you pay for that? Priceless. It just cost me $74. I hope this is becoming clear. I hope you're seeing I hope this making some sense to you. Let me show you one more example with you, because I can go on and on. As a matter of fact, I like this one here. Listen, this was back. I can't remember. This was back during that time too, because it's cassette tape. Look at this, cassette tapes. Don't tell them my age. Whole workbook. I wanted to increase my faith. I wanted to learn about faith. I wanted to build my faith up. I got this whole, it's called According to Your Faith Home Study Course. I can't remember how much this was, but it wasn't cheap. But I invested in it. But let me give you one more example. One more example, and I'm gonna let you go. Because I want you to see that you need to invest in yourself. When I was my daughter was young, I had to get custody of my daughter. But I didn't know anything about going to court and getting custody, and I didn't know what to look for. I found the book. Like I told you, how do I know where to go? I can't explain it to you. I don't know how I'm led to it, but once you start searching, God go make it known to you. And I bought a book. I needed some help, and I bought a book. I don't know nothing about going to court. I don't know nothing about getting attorneys. I don't know nothing about. I bought a book, and I paid $14 for it. And as I started reading this book, you probably don't see it because of all that light. But can you see all that orange? See that orange? Hold on. I'm sorry. I'm trying that light. I'm trying, y'all. I'm trying. See all that orange right here? See all that orange? This book is highlighted up. And I became like an attorney. You would have thought I majored in law. And I went and got custody of my daughter. Let me ask you a question. If you was in a custody battle for your child, and I told you I can show you everything you need to know to get custody of your child, how much would you pay for? Priceless. I just paid $14. So listen, this is what I'm trying to get you to get. You're not paying for the seed, you're paying for the harvest. And I want you to start investing. Listen to me. This is what I do. I want you to look at those 5 steps one more time. Listen, you're going to have to know that there's a pathway to everything you want to do. There's a book out there. There's a resource out there, right? And then you got to realize it's costing you not to invest, because when you don't invest, you're just repeating the same struggle that you're dealing with, because nothing's going to change. And then you're going to have to plan to invest. Start saving some money today to plan to invest. Number 4, be disciplined and do it. You're going to have to pull the trigger. You're going to have to do it. You can't just talk about it. You're going to have to put some wheels to the vision. You have to do it. And it may require discipline. It may require, you might have to step out of faith when you first do it. You might have to sacrifice. You might have to cut back. You might have to, are you following me? But you go do it, and you go keep doing it and keep doing it until it becomes a habit. And once it becomes a habit, your whole life is going to change. This is my life right here. Listen, I'm always working on writing my next book. It don't matter when you see me. I'm always working on it because I know my assignment, and I'm doing my assignment. Are you following me? So it don't matter when you see me. I'm working on the next book. I don't care how many books I got out. I can have 500 books out right now. When you see me, guess what I'm doing? I'm working on the next book. But guess what? I'm also always reading a good book. So whenever you see me, because that's what we're talking about, investing, I'm always working on, I got a book that I'm halfway through to started on, about to start on the next one. Every time you see me, this is my life until I'm gone. I'm gonna always be working on writing my next book because that's my assignment. And I'm gonna always be working on reading the next good book because that's my growth. That's my wisdom. I'm gonna read you this scripture and I'm gonna let you go. So make wisdom your quest. This is Proverbs chapter 4, verse 5, the Passion Translation. So make wisdom your quest. Search for the revelation of life's meaning. Don't let what I say go in one ear and out the other. This King Solomon said it. I want you to make wisdom your quest. I want you to search for it and watch how your life change. Listen, if this message was a blessing to you, please share it. I think you should repeat it, rewatch it again. Listen, I wasn't all over, in other words, if you were bored, don't get the information out of it, because I'm sharing you my life's principles here. I'm sharing you what I do and what I continue to do, what I've done. And that ain't even everything. The next lie, I don't know if it'll be the next lie, but the next lie that I do that's part of this is going to be called Get in Position. Get in position. And you most definitely want to get that, listen to that revelation too, because a lot of the stuff, God worked it out in my favor, but he didn't work it out in my favor until I got in position. Listen, y'all take care. Y'all stay up. Oh, hold on. Before that, speaking of investing, right before I let you go, listen, I forgot about this. Since we're talking about investing, I want you to get my book here, the Wisdom Book. Since we're talking about wisdom, that's why this is the product offered, the Wisdom Book. Most definitely go to whateverdevil.com and get that book. You can get it in paperback. You can get it in the ebook. But this is this is the person I've been looking for. I'm looking for the serious investor. I've talked about investing. If you're ready to take that step, you're ready to take that leap. You said, Billy, I want to grow. I'm ready to dig. I bought 36 books in 1 year and read it. And do you have to read 36 books in a year? No, you don't have to. You can start with one, or you can start with these 4. And these 4 books is going to change your life. Listen, go to whateverdevil.com. Get this book. It's right there on the website. 4 for $44. That's what I call it. $44. You might say, oh man, I don't know about the $44. Listen, you're not paying for the paper. You're paying for the harvest. You're not paying for the seed. You're paying for the harvest. And the harvest is priceless. Once again, go to whateverdevil.com. Listen, watch this video right quick before we go. And then we'll go in right after this video. So listen, y'all take care. Y'all stay up. Y'all stay blessed. And always remember that the word is your life.